Alright, we need to get the elephant out of the room. I'm just gonna say it. I really miss Leafy, okay? And there's a lot of other people on YouTube that miss him just as much. And a lot of people, especially people that participate in quote-unquote outrage culture, which by the way is fucking retarded, they wonder why people miss Leafy. He was so toxic. He was literally Hitler himself. He was like the worst person ever on YouTube. I'm so glad iDubbbz canceled him. I heard he didn't even credit someone like literally Hitler himself. He was a big bully. He made a kid want to kill himself. Like, why would anyone miss Leafy? And you've come to the right place because I think I have some decent answers. So back in the good old days of YouTube, people were able to express themselves and pretty much upload whatever they wanted with, you know, obvious basic rules that any website would have, and they wouldn't get demonetized. They were able to be paid for doing what they love. There is no biased recommendations or biased trendings, and people were treated pretty fairly from what I can remember. An example, let's say there's a left-wing channel, political channel, and a right-wing one. YouTube wouldn't punish either or try to hide them from recommendations. They treated these types of channels fairly and treated pretty much everyone fair. The recommendations were catered to you and who you're sub to and what you like to watch. The notification bell would always work, and all creators were pretty much paid, again, as long as they followed YouTube rules. So if you did skits, parodies, artwork, gaming, commentary, whatever it is, you would get paid, and it was pretty good. Then it all started turning into shit, and YouTube would not really ever give a notice beforehand, which would make creators very confused. It really affected their income, and overall it just was very frustrating. It wasn't just the demonetization that started becoming a problem, but what you can do on YouTube started becoming a problem, and they were incredibly vague, and they're still always vague when it comes to these changes. So creators were starting to get demonetized, and they weren't told how to fix this, and they never specified what exactly is allowed and what isn't allowed because of the vagueness. And it affected a lot of parody and satire channels, which Leafy was categorized in. And Leafy has made a handful of videos where he rants about these problems on YouTube.
Daily videos combined with the holidays, combined with the fact that YouTube has just changed and it's become something else, it's just really led up to me not enjoying YouTube as much as I used to. And I know someone's gonna say, YouTube changed, you changed, faggot, you suck! And everyone's, of course, entitled to their own opinion. And of course, YouTube is free to do whatever the fuck they want with their website. But over these past few months, with so many content creators, including myself, and I don't know what to call it, and people that kind of make, you know, the same area of videos, we'll just go with community. With all these people in this community just rapidly dipping all around the same exact time, it really just sucks some massive cock. Like, of course, some people have been hit like fucking 10 times harder than other people. I know I'm getting fucked in the ass right now, but it feels like almost everybody is just dipping. We got Scarce, iDubbbz, Drumler, Pyrocynical, Ricegum a bit too, and the list goes on. I'm just gonna throw a few up right here, but yeah, really just kind of sucks some cock. There's really no other way of saying it. But the funny thing for me, at least, is, an ironic thing as well, is the fact that everyone's been dipping in subs and growth isn't even really the reason that's been impacting me on not enjoying YouTube as much as I used to. Like, I've been through several dips in the past with plenty of different YouTubers, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of my old fans can vouch. I've definitely been in quite a bit of YouTube drama. Probably had beef with pretty much every YouTuber on this website at this point in time. And again, it's not the dip at all. And it's not even the dip for everyone either. It's more for me, it's almost the people that YouTube's been promoting in return in these past few months. And don't get me wrong, I know I probably sound extremely salty right now. I'm assuming I probably already got one comment with, oh, you're just jealous, Leafy, your channel's dead. You're just jealous, get some fucking toast and put your jelly on it, you jelly piece of shit. But like, hear me out, because this shit pretty much makes zero sense at all. Like, if you go to the trending tab right now, which is the YouTube videos that YouTube is pretty much promoting, which trending, by the way, by definition, is quote for quote, subject for many posts on social media within a short period of time. AKA, the trending tab is videos that are doing really good right now. Lots of people are clicking on it. The videos are blowing up. However, if you check the trending tab and you check the videos that YouTube is promoting, none of it adds up at all. I mean, I checked last night, and there was a video that was up for 18 hours. I'll put a screenshot up right now. A video up for 18 hours, and the video had 8,000 views, and that's not only one. There was so many videos like that. And the thing that just doesn't make any sense is everyone that I showed you earlier, if you check their stats and their statistics, these people are getting more views, more likes, more comments, more viewer retention, more playtime, more clicks, more everything. However, YouTube's not promoting these people, but instead, these other videos, which just not only makes no sense, but is extremely fucking frustrating when you take into accountability that all these YouTubers, even the ones that fucking hate me that I brought up, are all trying to make some decent content. They're all trying to do well on YouTube, right? And whether or not you like me, whether or not you hate me, whether or not you like this guy or this guy, you can't deny that for a person that does have a fan base and someone that actually puts time into his videos, it's extremely frustrating having YouTube just with the flick of the switch fuck your shit without any fair notice or any memo or anything. I understand that YouTube likes to change things up, and if YouTube told us, look, there's gonna be some major changes here, get the fuck ready, then it would be different, but it's like, nothing at all. By the way, then once again, bang 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 bang, you're going to the shitter. How about that? Yeah! And of course, when you put all these things together, of course I don't want to put on my fucking tinfoil hat and say the Illuminati was behind it, but it really does just seem like YouTube is trying to kill off quite a bit of channels, especially channels that aren't just sitting in their fucking living room with their super nice, super smiley, always happy, always for kids, always awesome, always fresh persona.
With YouTube constantly changing and making the recommendation and trending very biased and trying to essentially hide or get rid of satire channels, ultimately that kind of started happening throughout the years. And while now in 2019, about to be 2020, it is incredibly hard to be satire or even make an offensive joke. YouTube really wants videos like Sniper Wolves or Azzyland or Laser Beam, you know, people like that. Back in the day, YouTube used to be very fair and you could always have a fair shot at making it, but now it's just so biased and recommendations and stuff like that is so controlled that it's extremely hard to get anywhere if you start like now. So as YouTube is, you know, slowly but surely over the years drowning out satire channels, a lot of creators who were not scared of saying a cuss word here and there, people that were a little satire or had edgy jokes, you know, they ended up making YouTube their livelihood. They probably made decisions to quit their real life job for it, and for these changes to happen, they had to sell out to some extent. And so that's why a lot of people, they're afraid to say a cuss word in a video, or they just feel the need to be family friendly, right? Because that's what YouTube wants you to do. Otherwise, you get demonetized, and then they could shadow ban you, or you won't be in recommended anymore, stuff like that. So ultimately, YouTubers were trying to be family friendly while not completely selling out, but that's still really hard to do. And they could choose not to sell out. It's not like YouTube held a gun to their head, but if they did, they knew that it was inevitable for their channel to die. They would stop getting recommended, their views would drop, their revenue would drop, and they felt it wasn't worth it. So to some extent, or even to the full extent, they started selling out. And someone that didn't entirely sell out was Leafy. He would still cuss like a sailor in all of his videos. Yes, even his recent ones, like he really didn't give a fuck. He never wanted to sell out. He unapologetically was himself, made the content he wanted to make, cussed, didn't give a fuck, and that's what I personally admire about him. But that's what he did, and so over time YouTube kind of shadow banned him. On top of that, for years he's been annoyed with all the changes on YouTube that, you know, he never got a heads up about, so he ultimately left. And I think a big reason as to why people miss him is because over time, as YouTube started pushing out more family friendly content and the YouTubers started changing, well, who's the fucking edgelord of YouTube? I mean, iDubbbz can't even be edgy anymore. Like, we have no one to make super offensive jokes anymore. By the way, I mean super offensive to YouTube standards, okay? It's just offensive. People started to miss being a little edgy. People that didn't even like him missed the fact that YouTubers had freedom back then to be a little edgy. Now, obviously, being dark on YouTube, you'd get your fucking shit terminated. But you were allowed to make a couple edgy jokes, and now you're not. And people just miss that. Now, obviously, there should be some lines, and I think YouTube should have been less vague about those lines. Like, for example, Leafy making fun of a child's appearance, like the kid with fucked up teeth, or the girl with autism or something like that. Yeah, that's fucked up. and I think there is a line that should be classified as bullying. However, if he's criticizing someone's actions or making a joke about their actions, that's completely fine and should be fine. But making fun of someone's appearance obviously should be classified as bullying. That's in my opinion, at least, and I think YouTube definitely sides with me. They do want to get rid of bullying and harassment on other creators, etc. But they also shouldn't get rid of people criticizing the actions of others. And for the most part, that's what Leafy did. A lot of people like to just focus on the negative of Leafy, the bad, but his fans and people that actually watched him knew he didn't actually bully people in every fucking video. He was a pretty decent guy, whether you want to admit it or not. I think he just got too caught up in YouTube and didn't realize what he was doing, but he's not like the worst person ever. He's apologized, he's made some mistakes, he was a young man, and that's pretty much it. I mean, all of his other videos, besides what, like 2 or 3 where he accidentally makes fun of someone's appearance, which, again, fucked up. We should not do that on YouTube. But besides those few videos, for the most part, he just criticized other people's actions. And what I really wish YouTube could have done back then is that I wish they were not vague. I wish they understood the difference between bullying and criticism. I wish they didn't categorize criticism as bullying and then start to punish everyone for it. And why me and a bunch of other people miss Leafy so much is that he represented the golden times of YouTube. He was, you know, the fucking biggest edgelord of 2015, 2016. He was funny, unapologetic, and well, unless he did something really bad, but unapologetic for the most part, was himself, was just overall, like, it was just such a golden time. Back when people weren't afraid to make a joke and weren't afraid to say a few cuss words. It was the golden period because you could just be yourself. I mean, sure, there were channels that were family friendly, but there was also people that would cater to young adults or older, maybe even teenagers, where they just had a couple offensive jokes. Maybe they were a little edgy, but it wasn't anything terrible. It's not like a fucking ISIS video, and it was great. It was entertaining. And to take that away and just kind of promote some fucking bullshit, taking away recommendations that would cater to the user, they would start seeing shit like the late night show or super family friendly content like Sniper Wolf. Oh my god, you won't believe what I just saw, like fucking content, okay? And now, as of now, if you are family friendly, if your videos are liked by children, or if your videos are made for children, you will get punished. So it's just like, what do? We can't cuss. I mean, it used to be like, oh, just fucking be a little more family friendly, be a little more squeaky clean, and you could still get monetized. You won't be punished too hard. We'll still take you out of recommendation, but it's okay because we won't take away the bells. Your fans will still be coming back. It's okay. But now it's just like, if you are family friendly, then you're fucked. And if you cuss and you're not family friendly, you're still fucked. So we're all fucked at this point, and it's just annoying to deal with, and that's why I think fucking people miss Leafy, because he represents a time where none of this bullshit was happening. He represents a fucking time where you could make a joke. Love him or hate him, that's what he represents. When you think of old YouTube, you might even think of him, because he was just popping. He was that big. He was edgy and had a chance to blow up and make it. And YouTube was just so fair back then. Another reason why me, and I'm sure many other people miss Leafy for, is the fact that he never sold out. He never changed. He still cussed like a fucking sailor. He was still a little edgy. I think he definitely toned down the edginess, but nonetheless, he didn't give a fuck about demonetization. For the most part, he would just cuss. If he got demonetized, what the fuck ever, right? I liked how he just never fucking changed. Even up till 2018, he would just do whatever the fuck he wanted, say what he wanted, regardless of YouTube being like, okay, well, if you do this, we're gonna shadow ban you. Did he give a fuck? No. He made what he wanted to make and made stuff for his fans. He just pieced once he had enough. Like, honestly, it's just really tiring to deal with that bullshit. I just admire YouTubers that refuse to sell out no matter how tough YouTube can get. Or at least to me, it feels very genuine, and it makes the audience feel more connected to them because they never change. They're not giving you some bullshit content. They're gonna stay themselves, and it just feels better, and I feel like the fan base can get stronger because of that. Leafy wasn't a dumb guy. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew that by not changing, not selling out, that his channel would die eventually. I mean, he's been knowing this since 2016. There's old videos of him showing his stats and complaining about it, so I mean, kudos to him though for not changing, but I do really miss him. And YouTube just wasn't for him with all the changes. Like I said, it's either he sells out or he makes the content that's fucking funny, that's edgy, the content that we all like. But he decided to leave, and to be honest, I don't blame him. But yeah, with all these changes, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my channel. And look, I'm not the edgiest person. In fact, I don't even upload a lot. I have like, less than 20 videos? But I cuss in my videos. I would say sometimes edgy, not in every video. Like sometimes I just want to sit down and talk. But if I'm making like a reaction commentary, there might be a moment or two where I'm very slightly edgy, but I mean, even just doing that would kill my channel, so I don't really know. To be honest, I want to be very versatile. I even want to try making a fucking video like Sniper Wolf with like a face cam and being like, oh my god, did you see that fucking penguin? Oh my, it's so cute. Like, I want to do a lot of stuff. I want to do Omegle videos. I want to make my fucking Leafy commentary bullshit. I really like my videos, by the way. I don't mean to call it bullshit, but it's just because I don't show my face and gameplay is dying and it makes me sad. I don't know if I'm just like not into the commentary community or what, but I feel like it's only me and Benji still making gameplay commentary. But then again, I don't really watch other commentators. I don't know. I just know that face cams are pretty much like the majority, so it's like I feel like I'm a dying breed. I'll definitely be trying out other content because like I don't fucking know, why not? I'm gonna leave soon anyway, so I might as well. But yeah, sorry for that little tangent. Back to Leafy. I fucking miss him. I miss his content. I miss when he laughed at Stomedy fucking doing the corn on the cob thing. I miss all the fucking videos. Mr. Black Darkness 666, what happened to you? Like all of these funny ass videos. I miss the edginess. I miss when people wouldn't fucking get angry at you over making an offensive joke. I miss when people didn't try to cancel you over saying the word retard. I miss those days. Can we bring back 2015 YouTube? All jokes aside though, thanks for listening to my rant, and I hope you guys have a good New Year's, and I hope that you had a good holiday as well. I personally don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that, but I know a lot of you guys do, so let me know in the comments if you had a good holiday. Also, I'm high on an edible. I'm very sick and nasally, and I have cotton mouth right now, so like that's always cool, and so I sound like a man. I promise I'm not a 12-year-old boy. I am a 19-year-old girl, not a boy, okay? I promise. It's just I sound horrible. I'm sorry. Okay, bye.